Okay, on the injury front, Donovan Peoples-Jones has a concussion, and OV, we're going to get an MRI on his ankle. I'm really proud of that football team. I'm proud of the finish. That's a team that battled some adversity through the week, through the game, guys stepping up that didn't even know they were going to be playing, showing some resilience. I'm really proud of those guys. And then, I'm really just happy for our fans. They deserve this. They've been waiting for this, and we're happy to deliver that to them. And with a lot of work left to be done, but I do want to make note of that. Also want to make note, gave a game ball out to Jimmy Haslam in there. Dee and Jimmy and the entire family just have been so supportive of this group, and anything we needed in such a unique season, they've been right there. And then really organizationally, just think about all the people that have wanted this and have wanted to taste this. I'm really proud to be a part of this for them. People that have been with that organization for a long time, and they deserve this. So I'm happy for them. So we achieved what we set out to do today. Winning, you're in, we're in, but there's work left to be done. The goal was never just to make the playoffs. So that's the message to the guys, and they understand that. And I know we're going to be playing this team again next week. And, we have a ton of respect for them, their coaches, their players. It's a first-class group that we're going to have a great week to get ready to play them. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Thank you, Coach. The first question goes to Mary Kay Cabot.
Yeah, Coach, I was just asking about how, Baker closed it out there at the end, on the keeper there, and just, how much this meant to him and how much he wanted this, especially after a difficult week last week.
He wanted this one. I can promise you that. I mean, just how he was already onto this game on that airplane. Just in talking to him, I could see that determination. He works very, very hard at his craft, which I appreciate. I thought he did a great job running around, making plays with his feet today. And that play at the end, just put the ball in his hands and said, go get this thing. And it was well blocked. I think Kareem maybe was at the point of attack there as well. And to go get it, I think was pretty cool.
And that 28-yard scramble on, previously, I mean, that was just another huge play by him.
Yeah, I mean, it's great as a play caller when you call really bad plays and he makes a play. I mean, that's outstanding. So when teams play man coverage versus a mobile quarterback, sometimes the defenders have their back to the QB, and a big play can happen like that.
Thank you.
Okay, Jeff Shadell has our next question.
Hey, Kevin, you kind of talked about it in your opening, but could you reflect on getting to this point when you never even saw your team until the start of training camp? What a journey this was.
It's not over, though, Jeff. We got work left to do. I like this football team. I like how this football team works. I like how this football team responds when their back's up against the wall. So we'll just keep grinding on this thing, and we'll wait for the reflection for much later.
Thank you, Jeff. Our next question goes to Scott.
Hey, Kevin, how tough was it not having, 3 of your coaches and 6 of your players for today?
Oh, first of all, I'm disappointed for anybody who can't be out here. I want all those guys to make sure that they're feeling better. That's, our whole goal here is to keep everybody safe. And I feel for anybody who's away from this operation due to that. So that's really where I'm thinking first and foremost. I thought people again stepped up, players stepped up, coaches stepped up, and we're able to get a win today.
Thanks.
Thanks, Scott. Next, we'll go to Nate Ulrich.
Hey, Kevin, can you just kind of sum up what you saw from the run game today with Wyatt Teller back and just, how Nick Chubb was able to kind of get going a little bit today for you guys and how vital that was?
Yeah, the guys battled, Nate. Nick had that one early where he was running so hard and was really not going to be denied. And I just thought that the guys were leaning on him. That's a really good football team. They have good football players. I understand that they rested some guys, but they have a bunch of good players. So we knew it was going to be tough sledding at times. So we had to fight and scratch and claw. And I think the guys did that.
Early on, it just seemed like Nick Chubb looked like a guy who really wanted to have everything put on his shoulders and help carry you guys in the playoffs. Did you see that from him? Did you get that sense from him today?
I mean, I got that sense on that long run. I would not have wanted to tackle him. He was determined.
I think the next question goes to Tony Grossi.
Kevin, I just want to ask about the fourth down gamble with 3:37 to go, 4th and 7 from the 35. Did you consider any other option there?
Yeah, I mean, we lost how many yards on the play previously? Would likely have kicked it had we not lost the yardage. But then I just felt like we had a play in that window that we had not used. It was really the top play in that window. Felt good about it. So that's really all it was.
Thanks, Tony. Jake Trotter, you're up.
Yeah, Kevin, I know you were talking about how you guys are not done. You still have work to do going into the playoffs. But could you just reflect? I mean, you saw how happy these fans were. I mean, they're taking selfies even now as we speak in the stadium. Just what a moment this is for them, given how long it's been since the team was in the playoffs.
Yeah, Jake, I mean, I'm very happy for Northeast Ohio, for Browns fans all over the world. They're not far from our minds when we're doing this thing. So the 12,000 strong, they got to see it live. And there are many people around the country and the world watching, and we feel their support. So happy for them. And again, we're in the dance, but we feel like we got a lot of work to do this week, and we want to keep this thing going.
What does it say about your team? You're able to overcome everything that happened this week, shutting down the building 4 times in 8 days, missing several key players and coaches, just to be able to manage that and come out and win a game that you had to have.
Yeah, Jake, it's that resilience piece, which we've been talking about forever. And we don't just talk about it. I think the guys embody it. So to have a bunch of guys step up, I'm really proud of those guys, and they've done it all year. They really have. So you had guys coming off of injury. You had guys up and active for the first time maybe all year. And that's what it's going to take this season. You got to have the next man up mentality, and we're trying to live it.
Fred.
Yeah, Coach, congratulations first. I was going to ask the same thing about the satisfaction overcoming the last 8 days. But now as you prep, you really have no time to reflect. Head right back probably, the playoff game next week. Reflect on how you guys approach that, whether it's the Steelers or whoever.
I think, is it confirmed the Steelers? Am I right? Yeah. Okay. So, that's obviously, it's not like you can Xerox a game plan. You got to go back in and see what you called, see what worked, see what didn't work, who's available to you, and they'll do the same. It's going to be quite the challenge. Again, we respect that team over there. It's a really good team, and we're going to have to play our best to have a chance to beat them.
We're going to take 3 more questions. Jason Lloyd, Pat Petrick, Nate Ulrich.
Kevin, I'm wondering what a Sunday night is like in the Stefanski house and how you celebrate after a win, because you kind of touched on this a couple times, but you've been very consistent all year, not looking back, not looking ahead, one at a time, not too high, not too low. But you realize the importance of this moment and where it's at. So can you allow yourself, even if you don't want to take a victory lap publicly, will you allow yourself a moment tonight to go home and smile and be happy with where this team is at and what's been accomplished? And how do you celebrate tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I do want to. You savor all these wins. You savor them. So we'll make sure to do that. And before the clock strikes midnight, we're on to the next one. But I'll be with my family. I'll sit there on the couch, have the TV watch me, and I'll have a drink the size of your head, Jason.
Thank you, Jason. Pat Petrick, you're up.
Kevin, I wanted to ask you about a couple of big plays there in the fourth quarter, or late in the third quarter, fourth. That interception by MJ, you guys have been looking for takeover for a few weeks and got one. And then Hodge making that big catch to set up the touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, MJ is very ball aware. He does that in practice. He's done it in games for us before. We really zeroed in on that turnover margin being a big key today. So that led right there to points. And then, third and long, you're trying to give the quarterback a play that has a chance and gets out of his hand. And Haji came through there and the ball was behind him, but made a play on it, which was outstanding. So, again, Haji's a guy that He's all about that work. He does whatever's asked of him, special teams, blocking, catching the ball like that. He's a very smart, tough football player.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Final question, Nate Warwick.
Hey, Kevin, I just want to ask you about the trust that you have in Baker Mayfield, the trust you put in him with some design runs today after he had the fumbles last week. What gave you that faith that he was going to be able to take care of it and do everything you need in those moments?
He wants the rock in his game. That's the type of person in those moments. And we really liked that concept. Thought I had a chance. He knew that he's got to have ball security, and he did. But well-designed play by Coach Callahan there, and we needed it.